fans, fight fans, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. And I have some more news concerning this Glovegate conspiracy. And it's a shame that it's called Glovegate, but that's what it's called. Because it doesn't matter how guilty a person is, innocent a person is, it has nothing to do with the accused. Okay? And Tyson Fury was accused of tampering with his gloves, loaded gloves in the wrong order, fist in the wrist area of the glove, some type of fuckery. And it's really got out of hand. You know, I just got off the live chat, just finishing up Spence Porter, cooked me something to eat, and I rolled up on this petition. These cats got a petition that started to the Nevada State Athletic Commission and two others by a guy by the name of Young Pharaoh. So Young Pharaoh says he has a 125 slide PowerPoint proving that Tyson Fury cheated in both fights versus Deontay Wilder, as well as other times in his career as far back as 5 years. This has been acknowledged by professional boxers such as Errol Spence, Steve Cunningham, as well as Charles Martin. Mainstream media is keeping quiet about this issue, despite being asked by the professional boxers above to investigate, because as my PowerPoint will show, I believe bigger organizations and mainstream outlets conspired against Wilder, with their motivation being of racial bias, which is causing them to blatantly turn a blind eye to Tyson Fury breaking rules of boxing. Let me stop there. Wow. Do you know there are over 4,000 people that signed this? 4,000. And the 125 point sliding, the 125 slide PowerPoint is one of those things where you have to understand the person that you're accusing. Okay? One thing about accusing someone of something, you have to know that it has to start from the source. Okay? I know what Young Pharaoh's doing. I know Young Pharaoh is a guy that is like a Louis Farrakhan, a young Louis Farrakhan. He attacks certain things and certain groups and certain ideologies and certain governments and certain, and he is pro his race, pro-black race. He's for the black people. He's for anything that discriminates us as a people. He is that type of dude. So if you're that type of dude and you're not a boxing dude, why are you so dedicated? Well, it's easy. It's easy to see why is he so dedicated, because of the opportunity. See, the opportunity with this is him along with 44 other people, right? 44 other people, or should I say 4,200 other people, have signed this petition. And a lot of these guys come from, a lot of his subs, maybe the LDBC. And the number one problem with all this evidence, all these opinions, right, coming from Errol Spence, Steve Cunningham, Charles Martin, etc., is the one person that they need to file the initial claim is Deontay Wilder himself. Now, Deontay Wilder, that's the only thing that they're missing to make this credible. Because all this stuff that they figured they know, and all this evidence, or these things that they have created for evidence on the behalf of Deontay Wilder, they have no Deontay Wilder. Do you understand? They have nothing from Deontay Wilder. They haven't had an opinion of this Glovegate. He didn't start the Glovegate. What the hell? Like, if Deontay Wilder, if anyone around Deontay Wilder hasn't started this conspiracy, how the hell do you know it's a conspiracy in the first place? Now these guys, look what they did. They said, oh, well, it shows racial bias, which causing them to blatantly turn a blind eye to Tyson Fury breaking the rules of boxing. But breaking the rules of boxing regarding a fighter that hasn't said anything about your Glovegate. Because, see, it's not Deontay Wilder's problem. It's your problem about something you feel about someone else that hasn't even filed a complaint. Now, that would be a different story if Deontay Wilder jumped aboard and said, you know what, it was something funny. I think that Tyson Fury cheated, and I believe these guys that are for me. That would have been a totally different thing. It would have still stunk, because Deontay Wilder himself has said so many things that's already contradicted that. Okay, he's totally contradicted the fact that this has happened. He still said he didn't hurt me at all. You know what I mean? If somebody didn't hurt you at all, that's exactly what they meant. You know, now you could misconstrue that, well, you know, Deontay will say that because he's proud. So even if it did hurt him, he'll say it didn't hurt him. But Deontay Wilder's not saying anything. So why are you guys trying to open up a Glovegate on behalf of a guy that didn't ask you motherfuckers to help him? Or did he? See, this is the main question. You have to be responsible for who speaks your name and your business for you. Now, I know damn well Deontay Wilder, Telly Swift, people around Wilder, they heard of this Glovegate shit because it got too big. This popped right before the coronavirus shit, right? So the question is, Wilder himself knows this exists. I'm watching this fight here. I'm watching Sean Porter and Errol Spence duke it out. Deontay Wilder's out there. But how is Deontay Wilder mostly? He's like this. So the motherfucker's in his phone. He knows what's going on. He knows people have mentioned him in certain things. Instagram posts and shit like that. Twitter posts. Mentions. He checks all that shit. Don't be fooled by that. He knows all this is going on. And at this point, because he's allowing it to go on, he's a part of the problem. Why? Because he's not a part of the solution. And that just shows you the same reason we haven't heard from this motherfucker is the same reason you haven't heard anything else from him regarding this. See, he's allowing this to be a movement without even getting into it, without even vouching for it, without even taking ownership of it. He's the guy that you motherfuckers are talking about. He's the guy that everyone's wants to have a 44-0 record again, or a 40-4-0 record, because they don't like the idea of him being beat. But the main reason to keep it real, these guys, are race driven. You know what I mean? Young Pharaoh, the LDBC guys, that's one thing. Young Pharaoh is another thing. He doesn't know anything about boxing. This motherfucker thought Harold Letterman was an official judge. No fucking way. He doesn't know anything about boxing. But he does know a thing about racial politics, because that's what he dives in. That's what he feeds on. That's what he researches. He researches something that may be a fact in a totally different category, and then try to apply it to this, which he knows nothing about. But someone that's not smart enough and more intelligent to see, Well, that has nothing to do with boxing. Why did you bring that into this? Won't know the difference. But I do. I know what he's doing. It's convenient for you to talk about how a white guy can beat a black guy, but you don't watch boxing. Now you all of a sudden want to become involved in a situation that the man himself hasn't even spoke up for. But now we look back at that man. We're looking at Deontay Wilder. Like I told you guys earlier, because Deontay Wilder is not stopping this petition, because he's not saying anything on the behalf, because he doesn't know what the fuck integrity really means, honestly. He doesn't know what it means, because if he did know, he would have stopped this shit. He would have said, hey, you guys, no disrespect, but you shouldn't do this. Tyson Fury didn't have anything to do with that. I told you guys what the reason was. It was my costume. My legs were gone. My legs were weak. I didn't have the strength to keep on my feet. I was tired. Something else was wrong. Whatever the case is. But it ain't what people and what he's allowing these people to do. And he has the power to shut that shit down. Just like he has the power to reach out to his fan base. His bomb squad army. His bomb squad nation. All his family. Your king is here. No, you're fucking not. You're not here. And you're not here for your people, and you're not here to shut down young Pharaoh. Because my guess is he doesn't want to do that because he doesn't want to piss them off. He doesn't want to go to that area and piss anyone off over there because he knows those are the same motherfuckers that are going to flock to the third fight. But what he doesn't realize is these are the same people that don't want a third fight. They don't want to see him fight him again because they're trying to discredit Tyson Fury so much to the point where if he doesn't have a license to fight, that means he can't fight. If he can't fight, he doesn't have to bother with Deontay Wilder no more. Okay, so they can find someone else to hate on besides Tyson Fury, since Tyson Fury doesn't look like Deontay Wilder ethnicity likewise, right? So this is what we have, and it's a shame that this is coming to that point. Signing petitions, want his record overturned. You know what I mean? They took a point from Fury for holding and laying his body on Deontay Wilder. Well, honestly, that's bias right there. I mean, how many times did he really do that? He might have warned him once, maybe, and then deducted a point conveniently when his ass went down, just to even up the scorecards. Come on, man. You think like anybody could see that shit if you know anything about boxing, if you know how corrupt boxing was. Motherfuckers were not in favor of Tyson Fury. They weren't. Let's just be real. This wasn't a racist ass Harold Letterman. It was not. These guys were not for Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury fought his way and made his own way. And now he's getting fucking ramroded for it. Right? So with all this going on, with all these people signing the petition, it takes a lot of energy to go to a point where you're trying to defend someone that's not even trying to defend him fucking self. Make that make sense. If Deontay Wilder ain't saying shit, that, first of all, lets you know that he doesn't believe that. He's not on board of that. But what does it also say about Deontay Wilder? That he's allowing this situation to give him another escape or another route or exit route, another excuse. Okay, he's using that to be hopefully one of his get out of jail free cards in a sense of defeat. Because anybody okay, people don't like this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Look at Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua got beat. Same amount of rounds, right? 2 more extra knockdowns. And then all these rumors came out about Anthony Joshua. They just stacked on top of each other. He didn't look right. He looked tired after 3. Well, something was wrong with him. His eyes looked glossy. He had a panic attack. He had a concussion. He got knocked out in sparring. He was sparring 8 days before the fight. It was a lot of things that were going. Why was he sparring like that? Oh, they fired McCracken. Oh, he's looking for Ishmael Salas. Oh, all these things were coming into play all at the same time. But what did Anthony Joshua do? He came forth. He said, no, there was nothing wrong. Eddie Hearn, his promoter, said the same thing. No, the better man won. He just got beat. And there you have it. It shut down all the shit. Now, it didn't stop people from talking, but it took a power away from the words that people were saying. In this case, Deontay Wilder's not doing that. He ain't saying shit to nobody. Okay? He ain't saying anything to no one about anything. So he's letting this grow and build. For what reason? Like I told you guys, he's looking for another way out, and he's letting people believe things without really verifying it. So you're allowing people to lie on you or about you or lie on someone else about you, which is still chicken shit. Because, again, you have to be responsible for your brand. People didn't give a shit about Deontay Wilder 2 years ago. Let's just be real. Nobody cared. Young Pharaoh didn't give a fuck either. You know what I mean? He didn't know either. So let's just be real about it. If you look at Deontay Wilder, he might have 2-3 million followers on Instagram. Check 2 years ago. If somebody could screenshot that shit, this motherfucker had under 1 million. He might have had 200,000-300,000, maybe. If that. Okay? So I think he has to keep up, and he needs all the supporters that he can get. He doesn't give a shit if they tell a lie or if they tell the truth or if they make up some shit. He doesn't care, because all he cares about is the followers. He doesn't care if they're flawed or their values are fucked up or they're really not true boxing fans. He just needs these followers so he can feel important. And that's the problem with Deontay Wilder. He should come forth and say, that glove shit, that didn't happen. You know what I mean? And then the last thing we heard him say, your king is here. We will fight. He's really sounding like, in a sense, it sounded like he's okay with what's going on about this shit. Based on his last sermon. Okay? But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about this petition. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.